Today, kasama pa din natin ang mga miyembro ng Kapit Bisig Kabataan Network. They are a group of Filipino-American students who went back to the Philippines, not only to help our kababayans in need, but also to trace the roots of their Filipino ancestry. And it's so important that they're here today to spread the message of Kapit Bisig. How can they get involved? If, yung mga kababayan natin na nanonood, they have children that are your age, how is it possible for them to join this organization? Jewel?
Yes, so by joining the organization, you can either contact Kapit Bisig Network at gmail.com. We do have a Facebook. We have a Tumblr. We're very new, we're an organization that consists of pure volunteers. So there's no one dedicated yet to help build our website. So if you have the skills and abilities to do that and you want to help out, we can definitely use your talents. Also, we are planning our next mission trip in 2016. Applications will come out in January, so look out for that. And then finally, if you want to do something right now with the Kapit Bisig Network, we have adopted a campaign called Save Our Schools. Okay,
let's talk about Save Our Schools. Bakit ito yung gusto nyong campaign para sa Kapit Bisig Network?
So, Save Our Schools is the campaign we adopted kasi that area was actually hit by a typhoon in 2012. So what we've seen there is the more advanced stages of rebuilding, and it really has changed our idea of what rebuilding is. So we learned that what the Filipino people are going through are their ideas of rebuilding is not just rebuilding homes or rebuilding bathrooms or getting seedlings, but it's really learning about their land and the relationship of their land and protecting that. And then we see there in the, like a big reason why there were so many deaths in Typhoon Pablo in 2012 was because of the obstructive and destructive mining of large mining corporations, foreign mining corporations that were uprooting trees.
Okay, so this is an issue that we all need to know about and we need to participate and help with, right? So let's talk about Save Our Schools. Is there, I know this is the campaign you guys are working on. Alex, how can people help with this campaign?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, Save Our Schools is mostly focused on the second part of the trip where we went to. So we went to the Visayas, but we also went to Mindanao to meet the indigenous Manobo and Lumad people there, as well as see the schools. And so right now, I know the Save Our Schools campaign is really trying to continue to fundraise and support these schools for the indigenous folks there, mainly to help them build classrooms. And because when the indigenous people, when the Lumad people know about their land, their culture, and their and everything about themselves and the need to protect their land, they'll be stronger, they'll be healthier and livelier. I think it's so important that we really connect with the Save Our Schools campaign. There are ways where you and your local community can even throw small fundraisers or educational workshops to learn about the Lumad peoples and the children who are learning to be proud of their culture and protect their land.
Okay, Alex, such a well-spoken man. Wow. Okay, April, how many days is this immersion back to the Philippines? Can you give us an idea of when it happens and how many days? What's the itinerary like?
So it depends on what you want to be involved in. They're very open to what your actual interests are. So usually it'll take about a month. So the first week would be in Central Luzon area, and then the next week would be in the Tacloban, Leyte area, and then they split up groups if the group is big enough into different parts of Tacloban, like Samar or Ormoc and different areas. And then the third part would be in Mindanao, and that's where you get exposed to all the students and the indigenous people, and that's where Save Our Schools comes in, and you get to know more about what's happening over there. And then the last week, we all come back to Manila to do our little youth and student expo, so we understand what's happening with the youth and students all over the Philippines.
Okay, as a parent, it sounds very interesting, but the one question, is it safe? Do the parents that are watching, how safe is it for their children to go back with a group of other teenagers? Well, I know you guys aren't teenagers, but you look it. Megan, how safe is it?
I think that's a very common question. That's like exactly what my parents asked me when I was deciding to go on this trip. And the reality is that, we won't put Filipino-Americans who might not even know the language out into a place that they are not safe. So there was never, in my experience, serious security issues where we could really be endangered, and we were always debriefed about this is what you do if you get in this kind of situation, but most likely we're not going to send you out to those kinds of places, and that was
and I think the most important thing is to talk to other people that have gone on that journey. Thank you so much, Kapit Bisig Kabataan Network. Are you ready, guys, when we come back to throw back to the 80s and 90s? Abangan po natin yan here on Kababayan Today. Salamat.